Nullification. This is a brief explanation of the doctrine of nullification within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States. What is the doctrine of nullification? The National Constitution Center defines nullification as the constitutional theory that individual states can invalidate federal laws or judicial decisions they deem unconstitutional. The doctrine has its roots in the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions of 1798. The Kentucky resolutions were written by Thomas Jefferson, and the Virginia resolutions were written by James Madison. Both wrote in secret, fearing they would be arrested for sedition in an act of political retaliation. These resolutions were a response by Democratic Republicans to the Alien and Sedition Acts that, among other things, appeared to infringe on the First Amendment's right to free speech. For example, the Sedition Act made it a crime to write, print, publish, or utter anything false, scandalous, or malicious against the U.S. government, Congress, or the President. At the time, the judicial branch was controlled by the Federalists, so appeals to the Supreme Court would have been futile. There would also be subsequent attempts, subsequent to 1798, to invoke the doctrine of nullification. But the doctrine was never broadly accepted, and it is not a part of constitutional review in the United States. The bottom line is the states may not invalidate laws passed by the national government, even if they believe these laws are unconstitutional. To hold otherwise, in fact, would be to contradict the supremacy clause of Article 6 of the United States Constitution, and it would mean that we'd go back to some kind of confederate system in which the national government is judiciously and legally inferior to the states. As far as the sources, one of my sources is from the National Constitution Center, and I urge everyone to visit the National Constitution Center in person in Philadelphia or virtually. Currently, its CEO and president is the great scholar of constitutional law, Jeffrey Rosen. All right. Thank you so much for your attention.